to Reno Radio. I'm your host, Naomi Findlay, and I'm Australia's real renovation expert. This podcast will give you real advice for renovating, selling your property, or styling your home so you can create beautiful, healthy, and wealthy spaces too. Renovating does not have to be hard. In fact, it can be one of the most rewarding things you ever do. So join me and my impressive list of guests each week for plenty of feel-good inspiration and real renovation advice. This is Reno Radio. Hello there and welcome back to another week of renovation tips from me, Naomi Findlay, your personal rapid renovation expert. So, you know what? You've already put together your A-team maybe. Your real estate agent's one of your best buddies, you've got a great broker who's sorted out all of your loan deals and you've given you the best mates rates they can have. You've got a private certifier working with you who is an absolute whiz, who knows all of the building rules in your patch, and you have a solicitor who has your back in the business side of things. Fantastic. So the first group, or the A-team, they are all the professionals. They're going to be helping you figure out all the nitty-gritty, all the paperwork stuff. And your B-team, they are your hands-on team, your trades, your guys, your gals, who will be helping you with the actual physical side of your renovation. They are your muscle power. And they are called the B-team not because they're less important than the A-team, but because you should be getting the A-team sorted first before you get to your B team. You wouldn't jump into an actual renovation before setting up your business and getting that stuff sorted, right? Well, it's exactly the same principle with the support network. Once you've got your paperwork and your business side of things secure, then you can roll up your sleeve and get your hands dirty on site with your B team if you choose. So let's dig into that just a little bit more. Some people say to me, what sort of professionals do I need to be adding to my B team? Fantastic question. That actually depends on what you're planning to do on your renovation of your property. Are you looking to knock down walls or just paint them? Do you want to rip out and replace an entire kitchen or just pop in a new dishwasher after you've finished? It's important to know what your vision for a specific property is before you get started ringing around your B team, okay? So if you're not touching any of the plumbing, you're leaving the kitchen and the bathroom in exactly the same situation, then you're not really going to be needing your plumber. And likewise, if you're looking to repaint your kitchen rather than replace it, you're not going to need your cabinet maker there either, are you? But on the other side of things, if you're going to be needing to install some hanging pendants and change out your flooring, you're absolutely going to need your electrician and your floorer. Now, one of my golden rules is leaving the work to the pros. And when it comes to your B team, I feel exactly the same. Sure, you can totally get in and paint the walls yourself if you want to be a hands-on renovator. And if it's a smaller property, you may choose to do so. However, if it's a 2-story property with a large amount of scaffold, you might want to leave this to the professionals. And in many cases, this is a great idea. The other pretty obvious thing you need to keep in mind is that no two projects are the same. One project, you may need every single member of your B team on it, and you might be using them all to a huge extent. Your next project, you might literally be painting, changing out your light fittings, and changing your carpet. So the teams you need on each job will vary quite greatly. So you can see no two properties or projects are the same. But having said that, there are 4 main groups of trades that you can pull this B team from that you're likely to use. Now, the first group is really a licensed builder, okay? So a licensed builder is one of the most important people that you will have on your B team. And like the name implies, these guys and gals, they're fully qualified and fully licensed to do particular construction and building work. Now, there are 2 main types of renovation at either end of what I call the renovation continuum. There's cosmetic and there's structural. Generally speaking, if you're house flipping or your house renovating project falls into a constructive type of renovation or even towards it, you're going to need a licensed builder. And if you're planning on knocking down walls, you're going to need a licensed builder. And yes, these guys don't come free. They come at a reasonable price point, but the asset and the wealth that they bring to your renovation team is huge. They will look after the whole physical renovation so that you have more time to focus on all the other things in your renovating for wealth business. And this will make your house renovating or house flipping experience so much more less stressful. All right, now the second group is a licensed trade. So the second group of pros, they're licensed trades. And as the name suggests, these are tradesmen that are licensed to do the work that they're undertaking. They include things like your electricians, your plumbers, your gas plumbers or gas fitters, your tilers. There are so many to list out here. You can even split these further into two subgroups. So the first subgroup of a licensed trade are things like your electricians, your asbestos removals, and your gas fitters or gas plumbers. The second subgroup here are things like carpet layers, tilers, painters, and plasterers. Now, the reason that these are two subgroups is really a legal one. So you can't carry out electrical work or gas fitting work without a license. It is absolutely against the law. Whereas many of the other trades, if you chose to, such as painting or carpet laying, you could choose to take this work on yourself. Sure, you can totally tile the shower yourself, but what are you going to do when you find out that you haven't laid the tiles right on the shower floor and that the water is pooling in an area away from the drainage or the waste pipe, so to speak? You'll probably have to rip out all the tiles, get in a licensed tiler, and that is time and money down the drain, pardon the pun. So the best thing, regardless of what subgroup either of these trades are in, is that licensed trades will reduce your risk of your entire renovation if you choose the right ones. If the pipes end up leaking, you don't want to be the one that has to fix them. Leave that to your trade. Now, group number 3 is unlicensed trades. So obviously hiring a licensed trade, there's a lot less risk because they're actually licensed to do the work that you're asking them to do. But in some cases, an unlicensed trade can come in so handy. And this is why they're the third one on the list. So I'm not recommending you rush out and throw your cash at someone who's been in the business 6 months just because they're 5 or 6 times cheaper than a licensed trade. They're obviously cheaper for a reason. And one of them should probably be that you need to run for the hills. But if he's a guy who perhaps was a licensed trade for years and has since slowed down and they're nearing retirement, but they have a massive base of skill and a massive base of experience, they could be an amazing asset to your B team. So remember that this doesn't apply to those that need to be legally licensed, such as your gas fitters and your electricians. All right, now the fourth group are your labourers. So this last group on my list is really one of the most essential groups on a work site. So these guys are sometimes called unskilled labourers, which is slightly misleading. So they're unskilled because they've not been skilled or trained in one particular trade. It doesn't mean they came down in the last shower. They may be unskilled in that sense. However, they have a wealth of knowledge and can pick up so many of the tasks that many licensed trades don't on a work site. So do not be quick to dismiss these guys, as they can be a huge help. They might not be able to do your tiling, but they absolutely can make sure those tiles are unloaded and unwrapped and ready for your tiler, or the mulch is down, or the turf is down, or the site is clean. There are so many jobs that they can do. So there you have it. There are the 4 main groups of trades that will probably make their way onto your B team. And just like with your A team, it's never too late to chop and change. You might work with a carpenter on one project only to decide they weren't the best fit for you. And that's okay. As long as you communicate well, you'll be on your way to renovation success in no time with your A and your B team. Hey renovators, if you're ready to take the next step in your renovation journey, then come learn how to renovate with me in my online renovation masterclass. It's completely free for all of you listeners. So if you want to discover how to renovate properties for profit, head over to naomifindlay.com/renovation masterclass, where I'll show you how the 7 steps to my winning rapid renovation formula create a 6-figure income for me and many of my students. So save your spot today. Remember, it's naomifindlay.com/renovation masterclass. See you soon.